Okay. Do do boop boop ba doo doo boop ba doo doo boop boop ba doo doo boop. A doo doo be dee ba doo beep ba doo beep ba doo boop be dee ba boop ba doo boop boop ba doo doo be dee bop. Doo doo dee doo boop boop ba doo boop boop. A doo boop 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 ba doo boop boop boop. All right, hello. Is it me you're looking for? So hi. I was gonna do a stream with Leandro on his channel, which we do every Wednesday, where we talk about audio production and stuff like that. And Leandro had to cancel, so I thought, hey, I'm not doing anything, and I could, work on my music. But where's the fun in that? Let's make some weird custom actions. So I'm gonna do a tutorial soon about how to separate video and audio tracks, which is pretty easy to do, but people ask about it all the time, so let's make a video about it. And I thought it would be cool if I made a custom action that does it quickly, because it's a multi-step process to separate your audio from your video. So this is a video, it's on a video track, and just in case you don't know, I can hit Command and F2, or I can optionally go to Item Properties, and then go to Properties, and I'll get to this little window, Video File Item Properties, and I can go Ignore Audio, hit OK, and shablamo. Now it's just a video. And if I want to, whoop, and if I want to separate the audio from the video, then all I gotta do is make a copy of the item. I can glue this item, and gluing will only leave you with audio, no video. And then I go to my video track, Command F2, ignore audio, shablam. And now this is my video track, so if I mute and unmute it, you can see or unsee my video. And this is my audio track. First, select the note you want to trigger, so 42 like this, and now they're separate, and I can group them if I want to do edits. If I'm just doing video editing or whatever, I can also lock them. And what I like to do is always have my video and audio on tracks 1 and 2, and that way I have these two buttons on my main toolbar, which are just mute track 2 or solo track 2. So I can mute the guide track wherever I am. Maybe I'm down here doing something. Mute the guide track. Guide track will be muted. Or I may want to solo my guide track. Sorry, let's solo defeat this. Or I may want to solo my guide track, and I will also put my reference tracks on track 2. So when I'm working with a reference track, I can mute and kind of solo it as I go and compare it to my shitty mixes. So that's that. I should probably be monitoring the chat. So I'll do that. I don't know if anybody's watching. I didn't even ask anybody to watch. Don't ask and you won't have your heart broken. Let me just plug my phone to be charged. If you're not new to this channel, you know that I never stream fully prepared. I start streaming and then realize, oh, there's like a million things I gotta do. So just talk amongst yourselves. Alright. We are back. Shaboop booty badoo da badoo boop be doo ba dee dee. Na dee doo doo ba doo ba dee dee bee bop. A zoop bee bee bop boop ba doo. A zoop dee bee dee boop. Okay. Let's just monitor the chat in case anybody else shows up. Bo is away, but we'll check the stream later. Thank you, Bo. This is nothing special. I may even delete this later. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out and optimize the stream so that yeah, we'll have better streams in the future. Yeah. All right. So that's the normal procedure for separating video and audio, and it's a bunch of steps. So let's see if we can uncomplicate this process with a custom action. Now, one unfortunate thing is that this action, this thing right here, the ignore audio, there's no action for it, first of all, but also it's not even part of the undo. So if I hit undo, which I just did, nothing happens here. And if I go, so you got to continuously come back to this thing and just do it manually. So you can't put this in a custom action, but there is something else you can do. You can go, let me just unignore the audio. And yeah, unfortunately, there's just no way to do that using an action. It's like a whole other part of Reaper that's kind of exclusive to video tracks and just doesn't communicate with the rest of Reaper. But another thing we can do is, well, if I have my video with the audio on a track and that track's master send is disabled, then the audio goes nowhere. And I can additionally just turn it down like this, and now there's my video track and there's my audio track. So that's what I have done in my little custom action. So my custom action is called separate video and audio tracks. So I select this and I go run, and shabloinkaroonies, all of that stuff happens. And actually I gotta optimize this more. So once the two items are glued, what I want to do is, let's see, I want to group them, and grouping them will be interesting to do. So far what we're doing is I select an item. It'll move the cursor left edge of item. It'll save this position. It would then duplicate the item, which will bring the item right here. It will then insert a new track below. So like this. It'll insert a new track below. It'll restore the edit cursor position, which will be here. It will, and once it duplicates the track, this track will also be selected. So then when I select this track, it'll do this. So it'll move the selected item to selected. So let's just do that again. Move selected item to selected track. Move selected item to selected track. Splap. Why doesn't it happen? Oh, because this track is not selected. Splap. And then move selected item to edit cursor. Sploop. And then go to previous track and disable master parent send unselected track. And select and move to item on next track, which is here. And then it will glue this item. So we get a little wave audio. If you glue a video, Reaper can't glue videos, so it will just give you the wave audio. And I guess what I want to do now is to select both of these items. So by the time we get here, we're down here and we have this track selected and we have no item selected. So I guess let's select an item. And we already had a thing where we selected items. Select item on selected. Yeah. Let's just go select item track. Do very generic searches in the old Reaper. Just checking the chat. Nobody's here. Just talking to myself over here. Wop 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 wop. I mean, if I wasn't streaming, I'd still be talking to myself. I just like to, I just like to talk to myself. Select items under edit cursor on selected tracks. No, that doesn't work. I just want to select the item on the track. Select, and I'm always trying to use native functions versus SWS functions where possible. There you go. Select all items in track. So if we do that now, let's delete this bad boy, delete this track. Let's try that again. Blowing Sarunis, BAP. And now this is selected. Now I want to also select the one up there. So what is it? Select. Or go to previous track, leaving other tracks selected. So why don't I do that? If I do this, I think that should rock and roll it for us. So let's undo one more time. Shiblim Saruni. And now they're both selected. So from there I can also group them. Group those items over there. Group items. So I guess I would make like two actions. So one that groups them in case you want to edit this stuff, and one that will lock it in case you're doing it for audio production. And actually thinking about it, when I am doing, like post-production audio for video is what I meant. So actually, now that I think about it, when I do that, I have this video import clericals that does that. So cool, this looks rock and roll. Let's undo, run the whole action one more time. So I got a video, and even let's enable the master send to make sure it works. Select the track, shift loops, bloop, yeah. So now, this is my video track. If I solo my video track, the meter moves, but obviously we're not hearing any audio. And I unsolo it. There's my
Place
video.
a drum.
And that's this audio. So pretty rock and roll. Optionally, just for for cosmetic purposes, we could turn this down all the way. But it's really annoying to do item volume stuff with the old... Well, let's see. Item volume. It's annoying to do item volume stuff with actions. Like all you got is these nudge volume -1 dB, and I gotta do that like 196 times or something to get it to fully flatline. So no bueno, if you ask me. Which is why we should try and script this. So yeah, I guess the point of this impromptu live stream is for me to figure out how to take a custom action like this and make it a script. So one thing that I would do is I will hit OK, and let's take it up to this point. We'll go and do the embellishments soon. So there is this action called locusina generate script from custom action. It's not a perfect solution to doing this, but it does do one thing that we can use, and we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna copy the command ID of this bad boy. I'm gonna go shibloops to bring this up, action ID, plap, and it says rotify custom action separate video and audio tracks. So let's look for that. Separate video and audio tracks. That's not it. Video and where's my oh, I guess no, that can't be it. Let's see what happened. Successfully wrote to file Custom action, separate video and audio tracks. So I need to still import it, I suppose. Let's just look for it one more time. I may have to import it. I don't remember that bit. I guess I never need to actually see the script. If I go edit action here, no, yeah, this is just custom action. So let's import the track then, load real script, and once we do it, you'll see why I want to do it. So scripts, I think it was custom actions. Yeah, there we are. Let's just import this, and there it is, script, separate video and audio tracks. So now we edit this and we see this. So awesome. This does a lot of the work for us because inside any script, I'm gonna name drop myself over here with thanks to Locasena. Version 1. Yeah. So basically, if you want to use a custom action or any kind of action in the middle of a script, you can. And all I gotta do is you say main on command, and you put the command ID of whatever it is you're main on commanding, and Bob will be your uncle. So if we look at, let me get to a better looking view here, ship loops, and let's go to action list, and let's just put it on the side here. We can close this. So any action you have, take any action, and you can even see them on this column right here. They have a command ID. So custom scripts, they have these long ass custom scripts and IDs that are, if I am not mistaken, also exclusive to your computer. So it's not necessarily going to be the same for everybody else. I'm not sure about that though. But once you get to Reaper Vanilla, you get these 5-digit command IDs. Well, 5-digit, I guess, at most. Yeah, but they could also be 3 digits, simple stuff. We can even sort by command ID, and that's cool because we can see what came first, or something like that. So command ID starts from number 4, and seems like the first ones are just the controls for each track. But whatever. So long story short, every action has a command ID. Then when it comes to SWS custom actions, they start with underline SWS, and they have like a command ID which is more kind of string based, which is very cool also. So that's cool. So we can then refer to those commands and use them here. One thing I do want to check, since we are made of time, is I wish you could do searches by command ID, but I guess you can't. So one more time, let's go separate, and here, this is what I want. Running out of space here. I have several beefs with the custom action creation window as well, but no time for rants right now. Because I want to check that all these were moved, like, what is it, save, edit, cursor, position. Like, that's not here. But let's see. I just want to see. So move cursor left to edge. Move cursor left to edge of item. That is 40318. So I'm gonna call these because we'll need them. And so I can even, this itself could be scripted. Like, look at the command ID, give me the action name, but that's still above my pay grade. So that's our first one. Like, I want to see what this next one is compared to my But it's not that. So let's look at item, duplicate items, and that is 41295. So cool. Something is happening. So this third line, that is our item duplicate items. So then command ID 54,589. Let's see where that is. Well, we probably don't have that. Yeah. So the Reaper functions go to 50,125 and then 54,589. So I guess the SWS sections have this ID, but the ID has been renamed to be more to make more sense. So then the question becomes, save edit cursor position. Save edit cursor position. Can I in any way display this ID in numerical terms rather than in human terms, so that I don't have to, because if I now need to bring another custom action, I gotta kind of generate that ID somehow, wouldn't I? Like if I copy selected command ID and paste here, no, that would look like that. So that's not what we want. Edit cursor position slot. Yeah. So if I want to bring slot 2, I can't just kind of check its ID. So that's annoying. But that is save. Let's even put that here. Just documenting as we go. Is this just like riveting television? Are all of y'all super mind blown by? Hello. Yeah, this is just so great. I can feel the fun. Insert new track. So the other thing we found out is that you can't search by command ID. So all of these are things that I wish we could do, but we can't. So we gotta do it the hard way. And ship loops. I just want to not have to come back and do all this crap again. So this one must be restore edit cursor position 2, restore edit cursor pause 2, getting sloppy, move selected items to edit cursor. That must be our next one. So and maybe we can simplify some of these, but I'm happy. And then the question becomes, yeah, so the SWS stuff is a question of what happens if somebody doesn't have SWS and downloads my custom action. And I guess, to quote Aaron, it's like, just get SWS. People are scared of software. That's what I found out. They're like, what happens if I do this? It's like, just do it and you'll find out. It's not gonna like erase your hard disk, publish your social insurance number, on Facebook. It's gonna do something, even if it's horrible. You just hit command and Z, you get back to it. So I don't know how my rant started. Oh yeah, people don't download SWS. Like, oh, but what's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen. There are 0 downsides to downloading SWS. They know what they're doing. Are you laughing at me, Aaron?
I'm laughing at you.
Why?
Patronizing your viewers.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm saying people. I'm not saying my viewers are all top-notch scripters and overall wizards. Doing things the hard way. 97.1. Here we go. Move selected items to edit cursor. Yeah. So as we can see, these IDs don't match these IDs, but they must be those IDs. So I guess I should also write. This is pretty annoying, huh? Let's just put this on the side. I've never needed 2 screens more than now. But I don't have one. I don't want to buy one. I am kind of stuck in limbo because I know that I will be leaving the city where I am, and the more stuff you buy, the harder it is to move them across the country. So this is an interesting one. We did the restore. Now we're at go to previous track. That seems to be command ID 53,000, which we already established is not. We already established that Reaper actions go up to 50,000. So that's this action. Go to previous track. So what the hell is this other thing? If we look at our list, we got our insert new track, that's that. Edit cursor position slot 2, that's that. Move selected items to edit cursor, and that's this. But maybe it's also this? I don't get it. I don't get it. So I guess what we're doing also, yeah, I don't know what to do. Because what the hell is this? I need to know. Like maybe move selected items to edit cursor is like 2 freaking actions. But what up? What up with that? I don't know. So chop chop. Doop doop. We'll do some experiments. Whoa. What's going on? Okay. We'll do some experiments with this because I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on. Doop-a-doop-boop-boop. Okay, disable master, parent, etc. That's this one. And this is something where, yeah, we may chuck this out of the thing. Item navigation. That is select and move to select and move to item. In previous tracks, select and move the next item in. I think it's in next track. Make sure about this stuff. Yep, next track. Select and move the item in next track. That's for, yep. That's this guy. I'm doing all of this before testing to see if I can actually do the thing I want to do, which is classic early scripter like ambition until you run into one bug and then you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm an idiot. So we may be heading to that, and I can just extrapolate that this is item glue items, and this one is close enough to that other one that I'm like, go to previous track, and this is select all items in track, and this is group items. You see how the standards of my work became, they just went down hard as soon as I got bored with copying and pasting things. All right. So essentially, if I run this little action, it's the same as a custom action, but I can give this to people, and I can't really give custom actions to people. And I always try to give people scripts that they don't need additional downloads to get. Well, at least as soon as I found out that that's a thing. But yeah, we use the locution action to just generate these main on commands. And I don't exactly know the language here, but is this like the main on command, and then that means that it's the main section, and if you're in MIDI editor, that's MIDI editor on command? I guess we can always check by going to MIDI editor and looking at a custom script there. MPL, yeah, MPL's got things. Let's see, for example, if he probably doesn't do main on commands though, because he's a wizard. Yeah, that's a question that, let's see, who's a scripter who uses other actions in their script? I don't know. So we'll figure it out later. Okay. And I guess this little bit of prevent UI refresh, that is so that like Reaper is gonna do all these actions, and all of these like visually look like something, right? So when you duplicate items, it creates a visual thing that indicates us that an item was created, puts it somewhere. When you create a new track, again, visually does something. So prevent UI refresh, I guess, makes the action go faster by not doing anything to the visuals of it. So it'll just look blank until it no longer is. And that's what prevent UI refresh does. And then, so once the action is done, it just updates arrange and updates the timeline so that it will then look and be the way you want it. So at the end of this command, and at the end of this function, I'm assuming that we can tack on extra custom actions. So I guess we want to check. We want to. Whoa, sorry. I undid something. Let's just redo that. Coming back to Reaper. I want to check if, let's ungroup these and let's delete this track once again. I want to know what happens I want to know what happens at the end of this action. So one item is selected, you do the Black Cerrone. Okay, so at the end of this, you will have two items that are grouped and they are selected and their tracks are selected. So I guess the first thing we want to do is we want to select the top item. So Reaper get selected track, that's here, and it needs a Reaper project, which is 0, and it needs a select track ID, which is 0, because we want to select the top track. And so let's run this. It's gonna keep doing the thing. Sorry, let's, whoopsie daisy. Too much going on here. I don't want to save this. I want to ungroup these. I want to delete these. And now I want to run this action. Shabloops. Huh. So, so cool. It didn't. Oh, or I guess it got it. So it got the selected track. And that's our first selected track. It hasn't done anything to it. So let's do something to it. Well, we're going to call this video track because that will be our video track. And we will hopefully, also I guess maybe what I'll do, because this system will glue a bunch of items, before long I'll have 1,000,000 gigabytes of audio on here if I'm testing it like this. So I'm gonna clean up my project directory. Is anybody in this chat? No. I'm just talking to myself. This is great. Talking to myself. Okay. So yeah, so I don't want to, I guess we know what happens at the end of this. So I now don't want any of this to happen. And so I guess we can disable this. And an easy way to disable these is to go, no, that just does the line. What's an easy way to disable like a whole heap of stuff? Leandro taught me, but I don't remember. Because with tab, we indent them. You know what? I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to make a new action. and I'm gonna call it bag of tricks. And I'm gonna put that there. And I really want to save it but not run it, but whatever, we saved it and we ran it. So for the last time, let's remove this track, and or I should not remove that track. Aha. Okay, so by the end of that arduous process, we got two tracks, they're right under each other and they are grouped. So when we run this action, this video track will get gotten. And we want to, hey, Spin Scissor, how you doing? Good to see you here. How you doing? Spin Scissor, you make some sort of content yourself there, I think. Yeah, tell us about it. Tell the whole class. And just in case you just joined us, I'm trying to make a custom action to separate the video from the audio when you import a video. Which, you know, is like 4 or 5 things you gotta do in Reaper Vanilla. We're gonna make it one track. So at this point, we got a video track that we have selected. And on this video track, I want to, I guess, I want to just turn down its item volume. So Reaper set item vol. Set item state. It's not exactly a state. Media, that's not that. Set media item selected. Set media info value. That looks like something. Okay, so this says give us a little item, right? It says give us a media item. This gives us a media track actually. Oh, I'm dumb. I want get selected item. Doi. Get selected item. Get selected media item. There we go. Reaper project. In terms of selected item, that's one. So let's shut this off. This is definitely something I'll forget in a second, but yeah, so we got 2 items selected. I run this action and it just got the selected media item, and so we'll call this video item. But what we actually want is to also select the item. I just want to see that the item has been selected, so I guess let's go Reaper set item selected. Yeah, set media item selected. And what do you want from us? You want a media item, and we got one right here. And you want a boolean selected. Okay, cool. So is it selected or is it not selected? Let's do shabloops. 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 Okay, that's selected the second item, so that's interesting. That's not what we want. And I go shabloops. This just doesn't do anything. So boolean selected. Yes means set only or something like that. It was maybe. I mean, I just want to see what happens if we do this. Got 2 items selected. I hit this. Absolutely fuck all happens. So that's interesting. Also, what's this crackling in my audio? What the fuck? Y'all hear that? That's soups annoying. I don't even have a gate on. Why is this happening? It's like all crackly. Is it because of these guys? Big crackle energy. Hate it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. This is, I guess, a streaming optimization too. So this live stream, I'm very likely to delete this. I'm just doing this. I'm trying to like optimize stuff as I stream and then watch the stream later and see what's weird and what's not. So I guess one thing we learned is that this WNS stuff does this thing. Ugh, gross. All right. Hey, a little noise never killed nobody. This actually sounds better. Who gives a crap about noise? Not me. Okay, we got a video item. An object is splipsy sploops. So wait, did that just work? I got 2 items selected, correct? Hit it. Oh, wrong place. Hit it. I mean, make a selection for fuck's sake. Yeah, this seems to select the other thing, which is not what we want. Don't select the other thing. I'm just also gonna do, for the sake of education of myself, I'm gonna do them ungrouped and see what happens there. So somehow the track below is number 2, which is 1, which is weird. And will that even be the same thing forever? Media item expected got what? Well, what did you get? Let's just try one more time. Save this. Okay. Do I need to click on the damn thing to see the thing? That is quite annoying. Because nothing is selected now. And I gotta go back to Reaper to see it. To see that it was selected. You see what I'm talking about? Which is not always the case. So selected both items. I come back here and now it's unselected. So super freaking annoying. Or maybe I'm doing this and that's why that's happening. No. Now the question is, will this always be the same? We don't know. Okay. Tray annoying. So once we selected this item, we want to set its volume to a thing. So I guess let's call it So I guess I'll call it video item. Just the top of the first one. And we are right now selecting the media item. Guess we don't necessarily need to select the media item either. I was just making sure that that is indeed the item being selected, if that makes sense. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. What is the meaning of life, man? Get media item selected. I want, so let's go media item value, was it? Media item info value. Media item take info value. That sounds like something. And let's come here. So the volume of our things, that is in take properties. So I think this may not be the correct. Get media item numerical value attributes. these are pretty lengthy boys in terms of what their action does. So when I press F1, this never comes to the right place. So that is a fucking spear on my back. Sorry, I gotta check the chat. I think Spin Scissor went away because they were like, holy fuck, this guy's lost his goddamn mind. Guilty as charged. Okay, get media item info underline value. There we go. B mute actual mute solo loop source all takes play. Beat attach mode. I don't even know what that is, at least not from this code. D volume. So there you go. So it seems like if we do devol and item volume 0 makes it minus infinity. That is wonderful news. And I just want to see when it says one of these asterisks, I'm like, oh, does that mean you're gonna explain something to me in a second? But doesn't seem like it's gonna explain to me in a second. So devol, and if we set devol to 0, we'll be the man, wouldn't we? So I'm just gonna copy this stuff here and do a boop boop so I can look at it later. I'm a forgetful Fred. So okay, so first of all, it needs a media item. Let's give it to him. This is our media item. There you go. I think. I'm not really sure what's going on here. String perm name. I guess this is what we want. We want devol. So my question is, this peak thing that we talked about, is that a thing here too? Invalid context. Fuck you. And it returns a number to us. So let's just call it num. Num. If there are any real hardcore scripters out there, maybe you can help me. I feel like I'm just doing the dumbest type of stuff. Num. See, this expected a media item and didn't get it. Why not? Oh, because you need both items selected. And you need to choose the... Ugh, annoying. Annoying. So it was expecting a media item. It was expecting a string and it received nil. Where were you expecting a string? You're expecting a... Oh, okay, sorry. It needs to be a string. And it was expecting a media item. Here you go. Here's all the media items you want on tap. Saved and recompile, and it just gives us the number 1, which doesn't mean anything to me. Oh, okay, so it got the value for us, which is 1, is it? Yes, because it's at 0 dB, and 0 dB means 1. Cool. So it does get us the value. Now I want to set the value. Reaper.set media item info value, and I'm assuming it's all the same stuff. So media item, that's this guy. Let's put her there. String parm name. Oh, number new value. This is beautiful. This is this is good. And if we make it 0, that will be the end of that, wouldn't it? Yeah. And I don't think we need to actually get it. And I don't think we need to select it, because we just got it and then we put that thing there. I think those were the 2 lines we needed to add to the damn thing. So with the assumption that... Oh, okay, these are media items. Now we gotta do a real test there. And let's put this back. So with the assumption that we selected both of these, and I don't know why the volume is triggered. Yeah, so, and I can even delete this. So with the assumption, let's just select this portion of it, I guess. Yep. With the assumption that these two are selected, this ought to make this one 0 dB or minus infinity. Shabloops. Well, I made the second one minus infinity. Oh, fuck you. Gets like the, cause I got the second media item. Yep. So now I get the first damn one. And yeah, there you go. Okay. So if we go back here, we undo this, and we have both of these selected. Shabloops. There we go. Would you look at this? Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Just look at it. And let's go to our bag of tricks and get all this crap over here. And I guess, yeah. Is this how you do that thing? So I guess let's try it out. If I do boop boop, sorry, boop boop. There we go. Okay, beautiful. So we learned something new. Love learning new stuff. I wish I could learn new stuff all the time. So now that we just turned the volume to minus infinity, I guess we don't need this one. Disable master parent send unselected track, which I like because, you know, maybe, yeah. Maybe something. So that's it for Bag of Tricks. We thank it for its service to the... Oh, other people. Hello, Bryce. Thank you. This does look hard as fuck, but that's just because I'm dumb. But otherwise, it is actually pretty easy what we want to do. But now that you're here, let me show you something cool. If it works. Okay. So I got a video track, and I want to separate the audio and the video track. So this is my video, this is the audio on the track, and this is an action. I go shabloops, and nothing happens, but if I click here now, still nothing happened. Okay, so there's something that I am skeptical about. I feel like this gets saved and recompiled, but it doesn't run the action. So, see, this is what it is. I'm dumb. Okay, it didn't do any of that other stuff, but now it should do all that other stuff. And now if I save and recompile, what happened? It didn't happen. I was gonna look so cool just now, but I didn't. Because it didn't actually created a new track. It didn't actually copy the item. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go script. That's the thing we just did. I'm gonna see if this works. Ship loops. I don't know. Looks looks wrong for me. But let's save this. Bad argument to blue media item expected. Okay, I'll give you your media item, Jesus. There we go, that worked. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So our action now works. Let's assign, I don't want to assign something to this. I just want to put this on my video toolbar. So I go customize toolbar. Customize toolbar. If you told me 2 months ago that in 2 months I'd be making my own scripts and actually understanding what's going on rather than copying and pasting things, I'd be like, forget about it. But here we are. Gotta make a nice looking freaking icon for it too. How does this look? Yeah, it's like a video, but also put the audio there. I like it. I guess I've been using that icon like a million times. But so now let's try everything. So even ungroup this. So I'm doing my thing. I am working on my video. I got a video I imported into the thing. And now I'm like, oh geez, I wish the audio and video were separate. A shaboobs. Pow. Okay, all of that is in place now. So top track, that's just my video. And we even made it look like just 2 lines. And this is my audio only. And now you'll hear the hi-hat when you play the pad. Oh, but this still has video on it, so what the shit? What up with that? Oh, I think, yeah, soloing doesn't affect video. You need to actually mute a video track to not see it. So if you solo a track, you will keep seeing the video. So cool, works. Action works, and now this action works. And I guess if I want to be a real MVP. Oh, somebody's in the chat. Oh, you see the vision. Oh, Jeff is here. Hello, Jeff. Wow, there's 2 more people here than I had ever dreamed of. So thanks for being here. I'm just here going nuts. But yeah, there we go. Now I have an action to separate the audio and video. And I suppose for my taste, I want to group these 2. But with somebody else, they may not want to group it. At the same time, if you don't group it, then assuming that people will actually look this up and use this action, then maybe you'll get a million questions like, oh, well, I moved my audio. Why is my audio no longer synced to my video? What's the deal with my audio track? Oh, my video track. Is the type of thing we may get if I don't group them. But so I guess one solution is to do both. So make 2 actions, and one of them groups the items and one of them doesn't group the items. And to do that, I would just need to cancel these 3 lines for a separate script. So I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Sorry, people in the chat, if I seem to be... Thank you, Jeff. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, and I just like kind of hanging out. Something I notice is that I tend to procrastinate less when I do stuff on a live stream, even if nobody watches, but especially if people watch. Because even though I'm like yapping all the way, I don't just go on Facebook or whatever as soon as I run into a brick wall. I'm like, okay, let's try to entertain. While we're here, this flag thing, I don't know why it's 0, but okay. So yeah, so if I make 2 actions, if I release 2 actions on my GitHub, and one of them has this stuff and one of them just doesn't have that stuff, that would be cool. Yeah. Very cool, very hacky. So yeah, with thanks to the Lucasana version 1, I guess I'll add, I'm a sucker for adding instructions to code, even though probably nobody will read them. So instructions, select a video track, select a video item, run the action. The item will be copied and glued on a new track below current track. The video item will be turned down to minus infinity. Ergo, separate video and audio tracks, which I'm sure that must be an action, right? Like there must be an action in Reapack for it, but maybe not. Yeah, let's just see. Video full screen, video window opacity, I don't know. Automatically adjust size of thumbnail items, create thumbnail items, auto screen for video, export video items on selected tracks as EDLs. Well, that's not what we want, but that is a great script by Mr. Limbic. Mr. Limbic is awesome, and yeah, he is just an awesome person with awesome scripts. You can tell that this person does things. So there you go. I don't see anything that is on the Reapack repositories that I have that does what we're doing. So now we're doing a new thing. Let's go to manage repositories. So this is the stuff I have. I have Reapack itself. I have the Ria team scripts, which I think, is Extreme, Cephalian, Buy One, tons of wizards. Then we got the Ria team JSFX, and that's their effects. And they got their themes, their language packs, which I guess I don't need their language packs, but I just wanna be involved. And their extensions, and then MPL, Super Wizard, X-Ray, Uber Duper Grandmaster Wizard, Outboarder, very creative. I like Outboarder because I think Outboarder may also be relatively new to scripting, at least at the time of writing their scripts, because they're simple but beautiful. Archie, really awesome scripts. They are a little bit out of date. LKC is the boss. Helgo boss, that's Ria Learn, also a boss. Mr. Limbic, a boss. T. Roshan, that's my buddy. Leandro, well, that's now my buddy. Rearticulate, still haven't set this up, and that's me. And this guy, Geraint Luff. I'm gonna do a video about Geraint Luff's work, but truly astonishing JSFX with good UI. Is just like he's really set the bar uber high for anybody trying to dive into JSFX, and it's intimidating. So okay, there we go. That's the action, and now I'm gonna try and see if I remember how to put it on Reapack. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm having this crackling issue, and I really need to not hear that crackleage. I'm also long overdue for making some sort of background, like not even music, but just some paddy thing to have as a pad, so I don't have to listen to this, so I can put a gate on my voice. Oh, I thought this is a B foot split loop the items into separate items. No, that's not it. Okay. Do I want multiple? Do I want one where it's grouped and one where it's not grouped? Yeah, I think I do want that. Why not? It takes 2 seconds to set up. IDDQD. Separate. No, not separate. How do I call this? Explode? So you gotta use terminology that Reaper users are familiar with. So explode sounds like it, but I just don't like explode. Then the old noobs there will be like, why is it called explode? Split. Separate. I'm going with separate, man. separate audio from selected video item, no grouping. So that'll be no grouping, and that'll be my scripts. My scripts folder is a little bit of a mess there too. But let's save that, and we'll put all this stuff. Nope, not all this stuff. There we go. Okay. So real script name, separate video and audio tracks, author ID, QD, we don't need that. Select the video item, run the action item will be copied and go to a new track. Below current track, the video item will be turned down to minus infinity, ergo separate video and audio tracks. Like it's impressive. And I guess I would say requires SWS. Whoopsie doo. Requires SWS installed. Which, how do we tell? How do we tell the user if they don't have SWS that they don't have SWS? I guess what'll happen is, let's test it. I think if I add a number here, we will run to an error. Nope, we ran into a 0 errors. That is truly insane that we didn't run into any errors. Yeah, so I guess if the SWS stuff isn't there, then it will, I don't know. I don't know what happens. I guess, could I do all of this stuff with code rather than doing main on command? Or will that be a waking nightmare to do? Probably will be really hard to do. Probably I'll run into tons of issues. And I'm kind of ready to move on with my life. It's just more for the sake of education. Like, I mean, the thing is, the stuff I'm doing with SWS is the real advanced stuff that I can't code, like saving my edit cursor position so that I recall it later and stuff. I mean, forget about it. I don't know how to do that. So yeah, I guess I'm happy with this, and we call this one no grouping. So since we're not grouping, I am going to, well, let's copy all of this to this no grouping situation, and no grouping. Version 1.0, this is the instructions. Requires SWS installed, or don't be coming at me with your... Okay, all of this looks good, and all we want not to do is, we don't need to go to previous track no more. I guess we never actually needed to go to previous track now that I'm thinking about it. So item would be glued. Select all items in track. Oh, I lied. We totally need that. So go to previous track. Select all items in track. Yeah, there you go. We just strip this, and that should work. So let's come out of here. I wish there was a way to save but not run stuff. Whoa, did I just break something? May have just broken something. Or it's just something old. Okay. So let's bring this back. Ungroup, ungroup, ungroup. Select. And let's run this. There we go. And no grouping. And otherwise, we're rock and roll. Cool. Trying to look cool, like, ooh, but I'm so proud of myself for every one of these basic ass stuff that I do. I'm like, oh, yeah, right. And start audio, la 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 la. Vocabulary, okay. And I'm gonna do I, Z, Z, Q, Z. Separate. Okay, separate audio from selected video item. Group video and audio items. Hey man, it's a long name, but what are you gonna do? And I'm gonna grab all this code and put that here. Separate. So let's just make sure it's separate audio from selected video item, group video and audio items. Select the video. Alright, and that is my separate audio from selected video item. For some reason I keep doing this, which is totally dumb. Capitalizing everything. Do you separate things from? Separate from. Yeah. Oh, you're not hearing any crackling. That is interesting. Yeah, that's so interesting because yesterday too, I was wondering if this is happening in my head. It's no longer happening, by the way, but when I have the WNS on, hello, hello, there's like a little, you hear that? Like as my background noise kind of comes up to that thing, it's just a little crackly situation where it's not sure if it's like, if it should go away or it should come back because it's like an intelligence kind of noise suppressor. But also if I use a gate, hello, hello, there's like a couple of crackles as the gate closes and as it's like not sure whether it should open or not, which bothers me. But I was wondering if I'm just hearing it in my head and if it's not real, so I recorded it, and I guess we can try that. Zip bap boop beep bap biddy doo beepity booty bap boop beep booty boo. Oh wait, why am I recording stereo? Record output mono. Okay. Zip bap boop beep bap biddy boop biddy dee 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 doo doo doo. And then if I turn these on, hello, is it me you're looking for? Then if we use this gate, hello, gate is actually now on point. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? So now that we recorded this, if I turn this way up, well, don't turn this way up, Aria. Just, can you chill out? And I guess I'll just put it on a dry track. Oh, little crackle here. So some of it is, in the background, like my partner's having a school, an online class. Hello? Turn these on. Yeah, this is the classic crackle. So yeah, I mean, a class is being held in the next room, so I understand there's kind of background noise. But why? What's the deal with this crackling? That annoying thing. And it only happens if I have these on, and occasionally it happens with the gate. Especially when audio is like right on this margin. But to me gates only sound good when they're right on the margin. Like if I bring this up a little bit, then it's gonna catch all my f and s type sounds like fantastic or see you later. It's just marginally louder than that. So I guess I just gotta live with it. And I guess I use headphones that most people just use their speakers, and on speakers this probably sounds fine. The changes, yes. Okay, and that is that other item. So for those of you watching and for those of you not watching, or for those of you watching this in the future, if I choose to keep this video on the internet sphere and not delete it because of it exposing my actual insanity, we're gonna test this action and see if it works for you. These two actions, I want to put them on my gotta put them on the old whatchamacallit, GitHub. Thank you. So let's go here. Now as a way of sound checking, I sang a little bit of the Mario theme, and now this will be in my head for the rest of my life. Your phone?
Thank you.
I'll be done in a sec. I am on the online world.
Oh, you're streaming?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm just letting you know not to, talk dirty to me. Alright, let's copy these two bad boys. And this is where I need to be. Reaper, blah, blah. Is this where I need to be? La Isla Bonita. Do you do the things and stuff? I will do the things and stuff. This is where I do the things. La Isla Bonita. Do 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 do. I did have. Oh, this is nice. Select only the track whose effects window is focused. Is nice to do. Sorry. Okay, now I put those things there. I haven't done this too many times, so I'm I gotta really just kind of think back to how I did them, but hopefully after I do it a million times, I'll remember. Yeah, so okay, so that seems simple. You open GitHub Desktop, it looks at your folder, it's like, hey, you got some new actions, new video, new action. Separate audio from video items with and without grouping them. Commit to master. I broke something here in my repository, and that's really annoying. Pull one commit from the origin remote. The current branch master has a commit on GitHub that does not exist on your machine. Okay. And push commits to the origin. We have 2 local commits waiting to be pushed to GitHub. Shib lamps. And now I gotta change my index. So I go Visual Studio Code. I guess I could have pushed both at the same time, but I forked up. Oh, this bit. This is the bit that I last time broke everything. So I guess the first thing I gotta look up here is to go to Reapack, browse packages. I just want to see what types of categories are out there. Something called video. Yeah, there's video. There's only a handful of actions here, so there we go. We're gonna be part of the video canon. So the whole index is there, category name, and then Reapack name, and then source main, version name, version, Reapack, category. I need to copy all of this, and I need them below here. So category goes right below category name, and you go plap. So category name, I guess I should like alphabetize this stuff. Category name is video. Reapack name is, and I need 2. Okay, let's go copy relative path. I think it was. I'm probably gonna break this. La Isla Bonita, Spanish lullaby. Ooh, no, okay. So separate audio from selected video item, no grouping, and that's version 1. And the file for that is the same thing. Jesus Christ, Aria, get your shit together. And we need to now generate this raw shit. So okay, I did not make a mistake by pushing to GitHub, because you need the link from GitHub. Starting to come to me. GitHub, this is GitHub. They're a modern Stone Age family. Woo. I am interested. Is that me? Doesn't look like me. I'm interested in coding. Okay, there we go. So where the fuck is... Oh, master. Okay. And this is a new action. And I think we started with no grouping. And this right now, it says Reaper blob master. If I press Y, this will change to blob something. So then I need to click on this. Nope, I fucked up. So now it's Reaper blob something in frozen in time, and I go copy the link, and if I paste that link here, that looks like the right thing to paste into Visual Studio Code. I always feel very stressed out with HTML because I can break it. You can break HTML code by looking at it the wrong way. I used to do like MySpace profiles, and yeah. So GitHub, IDQD sound, Reaper raw master looks like the other codes, except that it doesn't. It will probably be okay. Well, I guess there's a way to test if it's okay by opening this web page that we just pasted here in ship loops. That looks like our thing. Fantastic. Oh, and then yeah, that's what I'll do. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah. So on this next one, I will go group video and audio items. I will copy relative path of this, and I will go IDDQD the effect. Look at me, I'm a big boy now. I make my own actions. I'm a big boy. So version 1 is that, version 1001 is that other one, and I need to now generate this link. So once again, let's try this once again, or what's that song called? Once again. Okay, I think we need this one. I'm pretty sure we need this one. And it says blob master, blah blah blah. We press Y, and now it says Reaper blob, and this is that thing suspended in time. So I right click on this and I go copy link, and just to test, this will get us the naked code, and just to test, this one looks like this, which looks okay to me. And I can go ship bleep 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 bleep. Wow, long names much. IDDQD. Jesus Christ. It's like the longest name in the biz. Just the longest everything. I'm not a concise boy. Okay. That looks like that. That looks like that. Everything else looks okay. Everything's black. I can't see a thing. And also, I can't hear anything. Did I mention that? Okay. All looks good. And if we go index.xml, so now that we change this XML, if we go to Visual Studio Code, or sorry, if we go to GitHub repo, it's like, hey, you did some stuff. And I go, indeed I did. Index update, new actions, video and audio stripping actions, and as a personal note to myself, these are lines 20 to 29 in case this breaks it, and I need to do the thing and push origin, and Bob's your uncle. Sometimes it takes a few minutes in my quite limited experience for this to show up on your stuff. But if we now go to browse packages and go IDDQD, it's not there. But if I go synchronize packages, there you go, scripts, video, IDDQD. And there you go. Other people are busy too. Amagalma is dope. And yeah, Xstream's always doing new stuff. So that's one of them that are created. Didn't give me the other one. But if I... Oh, okay. I remember. So if I now come and search here, IDDQD. And the shitty thing is when you test your own actions, then you'll have like a million copies of it. Excuse me. And I guess let's look at the path on these bad boys. Give me that path. Oh, what in the world is happening? Yeah, that. Oh, there you go. Well, that's one. So where's the other one? Where is the no grouping? Because that's just on my... yeah. Like, that seems to be the one that I have. I want the other thing. Where is my other thing? It doesn't give me both. It only gives me one. And I think the whys and the hows of this. And what's intriguing is that this shows us no grouping, which is version 1.1. But in reality, that's not version 1.01. That is the other thing. So what the fuck? Or I guess we'll just try it. This is where I break stuff and then cry about it. See, now it's like, what happened there? Like, where's that line? Like, what is this? I don't like this. See, I broke something. I just broke something. What is this? I'm scared, you guys. Somebody hold me. Oh, sorry again. I slept on the... Hotkeys are helpful, Richie. Sorry that I keep sleeping on the chat. Yeah, hotkeys are awesome. I've made... Most of my videos are about hotkeys. Thank you, Jeff. That's really nice to hear. Yeah, it has come a long way. I mean, definitely compared to where I was. And I hope I get better and better at it. And I hope I get more kind of confident with it. Because sometimes I just psych myself out. I'm like, holy poop. What am I doing? Like right now, you know, like I'm doing something experimental and I may break the whole thing. But I guess it's a matter of confidence too. Like, when is it created? The current branch master is already published GitHub. Create a pull request to propose. And that sounds like not what I want to do right now. Yeah, let's test this. Let's go chicka. So the action is definitely on GitHub. So it's just a matter of the index not picking it up. So that is what we need to fix. But if we go up here and synchronize packages one more time, bleep, 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 bloop, and nothing changed there, and absolutely fuck all changed here. Great. So I guess that is me trying to be fancy, and I guess it's too early for me to be fancy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut this out, the no grouping boy, because that's what it's called, no grouping. It stresses me out when it does that, but I guess it's just finding other instances of the same thing. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this out of this whole situation, and I'm gonna cut this line out. See, what is that? I don't like when that happens. And then I just make another. I just need to now copy this block of code, go down here, go over here. Nope, yes. Over here, and make a new reapack name. And this one I'm just gonna call Shibloops. And that's just version 1 of both of them. Save this. And I guess you can always, before you push, for the love of I guess I can always offline import these and then push the changes. But whenever I push, I'm 100% convinced that I did everything correctly. So hence why I fail a lot. And I feel like, I don't need to test this offline before I push, because there's no way I could be wrong about this, and I'm almost always wrong about it. Like this time again, nothing happened. So what the actual fuck, man? Okay, I'll figure this out, but at least the one that doesn't group, well, it is there. Let's just uninstall that, and let's apply that. Okay. So now we only have these two, and these two are the ones that I have manually. So now, one more time, synchronize my packages. New, okay, cool. So where is it now? Why am I just seeing one of them? And why? What's the deal? Sorry, check the chat. Happens all the time. I'm running Linux sampler and Giga samples. Routing is hard. Gig samples, sorry. Routing is hard here for some tips. Yeah, definitely let me know if you have questions. I'm just kind of like messing around, but if you have like specific questions, let me know and I can try to help. Not a Linux user at all, but if it's Reaper, I'll probably be able to help. Yeah, let me know your question. So the first one we created, that one was created. And then the second one we created, I just created another action in the same reapack. I don't think I need to make another one, right? Like everything there will be in the same category, or do I need to say the category and all of that again and again and again and again and again is the question. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with myself. Beep beep beep. It's Reaper with the sampler as a plugin. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm done with this for now. Go download my repack and let me know if you had problems with this action. And I'm just gonna see if I can help Richie here. We got 16 MIDI and 16 audio with general MIDI. Okay. Let me go to. So I guess let me just quickly make these tracks real quick. Let's make 16. The CC7 Q and E pan 10 won't hook up to your keyboard. Ooh, okay. Okay. So I'm assuming, yeah, from your sampler you're sending to 16 audio tracks, and you have 16 MIDI tracks sending to your sampler, and you are trying to hook up your sorry, I gotta write these down because my chat keeps being minimized. CC7Q and EPAN 10 won't hook up to your keyboard. Okay. No. I want to select one track at a time and use the same MIDI strip. Okay. Hold on. My phone keeps being annoying, so I'm just gonna pop this out like a noob and use it. Where does it pop out? Chat, shibloops. And there's my chat. Gotcha. Audio general MIDI. The CC7. What is a Q and E? Just in case that's important. Okay, so we got these audio tracks here. So I mean, let me know if I misunderstood your. Let me know if I misunderstood your question. But one thing, just in case you don't know, is if you look for this action, set pan for selected tracks, blah blah blah. I can. Let me select one of my maps here. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. So I can move this knob, and right now it's channel 1, CC74, blah blah. And this will move the pan for any track that I have selected. And if I select another track, then it starts moving the pan for that track. And if I select another track, same shtick. So, but I don't think that's what you're asking. I think what you're asking is, whoop, wrong page. Volume, okay. Volume and pan, okay. So, but you are selecting the volume and pan not for these tracks. You mean the volume and pan for your MIDI device. Oh, that's it? So, cause then you can also do, where is it? Set volume for selected tracks. And you can go add, and I can put one of these bad boys here. So now whatever track I select, this is the volume, this is the pan. Select another track, volume, pan. And I'm using my, I don't know if that's in the shot. Let me put it in the shot. This is the live and uncut version of my face. Yeah, so So whatever track I have selected, I can adjust its pan with this knob, and I can adjust its volume with this knob. Go to another track like this and like this. And you will notice that it jumps when I go from one track to another track. So there's a way of doing that. You just go add again, and for my pan I choose the same thing. And here, instead of absolute, or you can keep it on absolute, that's the one I like the most, but you can say soft takeover. So what that means is you need to wiggle until you get to that place, and then so your values won't jump. So let's demonstrate that. I'll do it for both of them. Ships. Soft takeover was already on this one. So if I go to like audio 7, pan is centered, volume is centered. I do this, I move it like all the way to the left. So now this knob's value is all the way on the left. So if I select this track, at the beginning nothing would happen, but if I wiggle it to the center, it now kind of catches up with this. And the same thing for the volume. So the volume is now all the way down, my fader. If I go here, move the fader, nothing happens until I get to 0, and then it moves. Cool. So yeah, so that's what you can do. And selected tracks is one way to go about doing this. There's also last touched track. And you have the same controls here. So the difference with that is, like, sometimes if you're writing MIDI, you're over here, maybe your thing is like really big full screen, you don't want to go and like select the track from the other place. So obviously you got this thing here where you can select your tracks, but if that's the case, you may want to assign these to last touched, and that would be better. Yeah, so last touch or selected track, and then you go shoop, 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 shoop. Yeah, right, like this. And if you have a better MIDI controller than I do, like something motorized or whatever, this is awesome, because then you can use it. Yeah, then you can use it. And actually, while I got you here, let me know, by the way, if that answered your question. Bingo. Okay, that's great. Happy I could help. Another thing that we can do, I've been trying to figure this out for a while now, and now that you brought it up, let's look at RealLearn again. I requested the developer of RealLearn to add something to RealLearn, and let's see. I think he's done that. And it's been a while since I worked on here. Let's go add one. And let's go edit. Track this. Oh no. Track by position, by name. Yeah, this is the one that I was wondering. So what I requested basically to Helgobus, who writes RealLearn, was, so you can do mappings with RealLearn. Like I can map, let's say all the parameters of ReaEQ to my MIDI controller, and then set each of them for track to this, meaning whatever track RealLearn is on. So what I thought would be cool is if there's a way to have track this, and then this plus 1, this plus 2, this plus 3, all the way to this plus 7. Then we can basically assign banks of 8 to volume faders. And then, in Ableton, like if you have one of those fancy, push. If you're in track 7, you can control tracks 7 to 15. If you then go to track 10, then you will be controlling tracks 10 to 18. So it's a bank of 8, but this bank of 8 is fully shiftable. Whereas normally if you switch banks, I will have, 1 to 8 on one bank. I will have 9 to 16 on another bank. So that's kind of lame. Maybe I want to work on 4 to 12. So I thought that would be cool. And then so I pitched this idea to him. I think it's a him. I'm sorry if it's not. And they were like, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And then later they told me, done. But I don't see it. I don't see it. So I'll look into this further, and if that works, then basically it would be possible. Then all you gotta do is like, I place this on this track. Now I control this track and the next 7 tracks. Then I can like make an action that basically grabs this plugin and Command and X's it, and then I'll put it in any other track. And I can set that to a mouse modifier. So the way I'm kind of seeing it is I go like Control Shift double click on any track, and then I can select, and then I can do that track and the next 7 tracks volume and band from my MIDI controller. But I'm gonna email him and see what's up, and he may have added it but under another name other than saying like this +1. You can do by ID, you can do by position, all of that. I guess that's a thing to check. Like, is it by position then 1? I don't know. So Relearn is really awesome, but there's a few things that I want from it, and then I'll be happy for the rest of my life, forever and ever. Yes, I hope that answered your question, Richie. Cool. Cool. Awesome. It is 3:40, so even if I had my other Leandro stream, I would have wrapped by now. So if there are no other questions, I'm just gonna slowly wrap this up. So I'll just wait a little bit. Roan on each track? What do you mean? Cool. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, and just as a kind of last note, whatever actions you have on your main that is MIDI CC/OSC only, as well as I think every mouse wheel action out there is possible to control using any of your faders. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I made this action lately, option control and mouse wheel for me, where I use my mouse wheel to kind of navigate around my project. And what you can do is if I enable seek on that, I'll be able to do like like a DJing kind of situation. So that's cool, and I'll show that at another time. For now, I'm going to rock and roll. Thanks for being with me. I hope the rest of your day is rockin', and see y'all later. Yeah, Nia, make a template. You're good. Adios, everybody.